Hey guys, Forest School. How's it going? Jamie here. I'm just looking for some skunk cabbage, also called swamp cabbage. And I can't find any here, but I hear it grows early spring, and I wonder if you know why they call it skunk cabbage. We'll get about that later. But right now, take a look around. I am on Pine Creek in Pennsylvania, and beautiful Pine Creek. We got mountains on this side. Swamp cabbage grows in kind of marshy, wet areas. I think this, somewhere around here, is the perfect place, and that's gonna be the plant of the day. I'm gonna hop in this canoe right here, put on my life jacket. Let's take a little ride. Okay, go downstream a little bit. Downstream. Now, you guys like my hat? You know why I'm wearing this hat? There's a lot of little bugs around at this time of year. And for some reason, the little things here in this hat keep them out of my face. It's working like a charm. Oh boy, it's nice to be outside. Nice to be outside. Now when we get up here just a little bit, I have to keep an eye out. But we're gonna get off and we're gonna go look for some skunk cabbage, see what they look like. Now, skunk cabbage again grows in early spring. It's one of the first plants to flower, and it is native to the Northeast. And do you guys know what native means? If you're saying that native means it grows naturally in this region without somebody bringing it here to plant, whether this year or hundreds of years ago, that's what native means. It grows naturally in the region. And skunk cabbage, one of the first ones to flower through the snow, actually, because it can heat. It can actually create its own heat. And there's a duck. What a cute little duck. So much wildlife around here. So much wildlife. By the way, I have been coming to this area since I was a little kid, younger than you guys. And I love it. There's so much life around here. So much life. So, we're gonna keep an eye out. I think pretty soon we'll be coming in for some skunk cabbage. Yes, yes, yes. I think this might be a good place to get off. This might be a real good place to get off. Now, keep an eye out. Skunk cabbage, it kind of looks like cabbage. And coming up the shore, oh, coming in hot. Let me just get out here. Oh boy. And let's get on out. Take a little look around here. Everybody out safely. All right. Now, have you guys ever canoed before? I love it. It's a lot of fun. I think that should be okay right there. All right. So follow me. Let's look for some skunk cabbage. This seems like a really good spot. Ah, look at this. Look at this. This is the actual leaf part of a skunk cabbage right here. As you can see, very big leaves. And if you bruise a leaf, actually, have you thought about why it smells like skunk cabbage yet? Maybe it looks like a skunk? Probably not. It smells like a skunk. That's why. Like, let me see here. Oh, Oh, I don't know why I just smelled that twice. Yeah, that smells like a skunk there. That's why it's called skunk cabbage. So, I think though, we can find some of the flowers that pop up a little earlier in the season. These skunk cabbage are a little further along in their growing in the spring. Let's take a little hike through the woods, see if we can come upon a little bit of a wet area. Skunk cabbage, they like wet areas, wet, low areas. So come on, follow me. I think I see some. Guys, look at this. Remember this? Moss. What are some good uses for this? Little shelters, absorbing water. Yeah. We had some of that at forest school. Here we go. This is an earlier, a skunk cabbage that is flowering later in the spring. And so this is the flower right here. And if you actually look in it, maybe pull that one open, you can see this little guy right there that I'm touching with my finger. And that's the center of the flower. And actually, little insects love to pollinate that. It attracts bees, flies, and it's a very distinct purple color. So if you're ever walking in the woods and you see these, that's what skunk cabbage is. Now, the leaves remain buried way after these pop up. So these little purple guys have been up there above ground for probably a few weeks at least right now. Now, they're not poisonous, but they do attract pollinators, and they have that smell. And maybe that smell is to, I don't know, discourage big animals from coming and trampling on them. Or what about maybe forest school kids? Maybe that stinky smell keeps them away too. We'd have to see about that. But these plants can generate their own heat to pop up and melt through the snow early in spring. Super cool. Now, a couple other things about these is, and if you want, you could even maybe try to draw this a little bit. See if you can draw the flower and then the cabbage. Another thing about this plant is as the plant gets older, its roots go down and then they contract. So basically that means that the roots keep growing deeper and deeper every year. And the older this skunk cabbage is, it's almost impossible to try to dig one of these up. There's also some really good uses for this native plant here. Native Americans used to use this for medicine, things like respiratory disease and nervous disorders. So that's about it. You can also cook this stuff right here. So, man, I don't know. You might not want to, but there are a lot of values for cooking this, drying it. You can smell it if you're trying to be really goofy and weird. But it's a super useful plant and a native plant. Keep an eye out. I was hiking in Ganondagan a week ago, and I saw a bunch of these. So you can go out right now and maybe see some in your backyard or woods nearby. I hope all of you are doing well. I miss you, and I wish I could be with you guys out at forest school today. But I hope you're all well, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.